Hey world, this is Justin, and you are tuned to Anywhere the Needle Drops. All right, today we get to hang out with River Rats, aka Meg, Travis, and Miguel. This is after we randomly met at this year's Thundersnow back in February. I believe I've told this story here before, but maybe not. I was at the merch table at Thundersnow, and a band went on, and they introduced themselves, and they said, "Hey, we're River Rats. We're from South Bend, Indiana." And I said, "Hey, I'm from that area too, and I didn't know these guys, so we're gonna have to talk." And here we are. We talked. We got together at Theory One Studio recently and sat down to talk about the origin of the band and all the things they've got going on these days. And speaking of things going on, this episode is dropping just in time because if you're listening to this right after it releases on Thursday of the week or shortly thereafter, the following Sunday, this coming Sunday, June 7th, just a few days away from when this drops, the River Rats, not the River Rats, River Rats will be playing at Rebel Art Fest in South Bend. That is always a great event, and man, the musical lineup at Rebel Art Fest this year is just stacked all day. Great music all day long, including River Rats. So check it out for sure if you're in the area this Sunday, June 7th. Get over to the Potawatomi Park and check out Rebel Art Fest. See River Rats, our guest today, as well as plenty other great bands. And if you happen to miss that, or you're just like, they were so great, I want to see them again, which you should probably do, they're going to be playing the area again later on September 26th, so after the summer's over, at the Fall Festival of Freaks out at our friends Blooming Bus Farms. That's a great outdoor venue space. Always cool things happening out there. So 2 definite opportunities to catch River Rats coming up. Plus, you know, keep an eye on their social media and the links in the show notes. You might just get to catch them elsewhere. Also, you're going to hear a song coming up here titled Ode to Slow. And you can get that along with the full album over at the Bandcamp link, also in the show notes. So check out the song if you like what you hear. Check out the rest of the album at the Bandcamp. And hey, buy that album. Give musicians your money. All right, so I will see you out at Rebel Art Fest this weekend. If you see me, come say hey. In the meantime, enjoy this conversation with Meg, Travis, and Miguel, River Rats. All right, River Rats here at Theory One Studio.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. Okay, so it's Meg, Travis, and Miguel.
Correct.
So I did not realize you guys existed until February. I'm at Thundersnow, standing behind the merch table, doing my duty as with my volunteer slot at the merch table, and I hear.
We thank you for that.
Yeah, you know it's important. From South Bend, Indiana, and I was like.
You're like, wait a second, are they in the UP? Like, what the heck are these guys doing?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the whole reason I even know about Thundersnow and attend Thundersnow is because of a South Bend band, the Rutabaga.
Yeah.
But you know, at this point of doing this, I mean, I've been doing this show since 2012. I feel like I know a lot of local bands, and certainly when I look at that list every Thundersnow or any of the PRF events, I'm like, you know, the ones I know, I mean, I know them. And so when you guys said South Bend, I'm like, oh, wow, this one clearly, I missed this one. So it was very exciting. I love, because I still had those moments of discovery where I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of this. I mean, our scene is so rich that, like, you know, there's always some new folks, and so it was cool. I'm sitting at Thundersnow, and I'm like, oh, I found a new local band from back home.
Yeah.
Not new to me, you know. Right. So yeah, so that was cool. How did you guys get yourselves to Thundersnow? Have you done PRF events before, or
we did do one other PRF one. What's that one called?
It was the camp out.
The camp out.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Pretty lake campground.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
So Travis and I used to be in a band with Garth from the Rutabaga.
Oh, no way. Okay.
So about the time
Shout out Garth.
We
Good
Destructors
old Uncle Garth.
ended.
Garth is everywhere.
and he joined the Rutabaga, so that's about the time you met him.
Okay.
And he got involved with PRF with Josh.
Yeah.
And then so I lived in Chicago for a while. I moved back, and Travis and I started playing together, hooking back up with Garth because he lived around here before he moved to Michigan. And then we just kind of we started playing out more, and he's like, hey, you should try this. You should come play this. And it was really cool to be a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great, so the camp out I've not actually been to myself, but the PRF events in general are just, you know, wonderful. So
we had blessed. We didn't stay at the campground one. We just played and ended up bolting afterwards.
Got the heck out, I guess.
But
yeah.
The Thundersnow, we had a blast.
Yeah.
Like, we played Sunday, so we had all weekend to just explore, go into town. The sauna was our favorite part.
Oh, the sauna was great. Yep.
Yeah, you went and bought a sauna.
Bought one of those pop-up
once you got
saunas
back,
afterwards, 'cause it was
he's
so
like, I
great.
can't live without a sauna anymore now that I've
Yeah.
experienced the sauna life. Yeah.
I mean, I'll never forget the reason I found my way to Thundersnow is because I was interviewing Garth and Josh as the Rutabaga for this show, and it was maybe November. It was, you know, not quite that time, but they were talking about getting ready for this event. And I'm like, oh, you know, tell me about this event you're getting ready for. And they're like, yeah, we go up to the Upper Peninsula, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. You go to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in February.
I told you.
By choice.
As soon as we heard about it, though, we were like, "That's awesome!
Yeah.
Of
Exactly
course,
what we
that's
wanna
what we
do.
should do."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. I was like, you got to be crazy.
But everyone I told that we were doing this, like, you know, taking time off work or whatever, they're like, "Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do this?" And I'm like, "It's gotta be awesome."
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And it was awesome.
we found out why. Like
Yeah.
it was exactly like these very serious music people, very cool community. So we felt pretty lucky to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And even though we kind of felt like we stood out.
Yeah, we always feel like oddballs with the PRF people. Like, we feel like the weird little siblings who are like just goofing around while the adults are like making real music.
Wait, hold on. You've met these people, right? Like, they are the oddballs that are just
Yes,
screwing
we-
around.
Their
Like,
thoughts.
Yeah, Travis doesn't
not-
agree with, like, we overthink everything, and we
I felt
always.
like we
I mean,
fit
I'm not
right
a
in.
musician, so I definitely felt out of place there for the longest time.
Okay.
But no, I mean, that's if you're an oddball musician, that's the place to be.
It's a lot of really good bands, so you're always going to feel like a little.
I mean, I've seen you guys
intimidated.
live. I've listened to your albums. You're a really good band. So, you know, I mean,
We are sitting here talking to you.
that's true. That's true.
We've made it,
That's true. I don't just throw.
We
I
did
don't
it.
throw out the invite for anybody. So yeah. No, it was awesome. Just getting to catch you guys. Like, I love those spontaneous moments. The PRF is cool. So, how long have you guys been together as River Rats?
just pre-COVID, right? Isn't that where we always
Yep.
mark the time? Because it was
COVID.
like maybe a month we'd been playing together, and it was like, oh, the world's going to shut down. So
No, that's great.
Right.
Start a band and then the world shuts down.
yeah.
I have a recording in the email, December 2019.
Okay.
It was like I think our first practices. We all had songs that we kind of got together. So we actually, where the studio is just about a block around the corner.
Yeah.
That I rented an apartment, and then we would it was like abandoned, like it was above a business.
Yeah, you know where it says like Niles Daily Star on
Yeah.
the side over by the Wonderland? Yeah, that was his apartment right above
Oh,
it.
nice. Okay.
Toxic Tower.
Yeah, that was our spot. And yeah, that's where we could practice there. There was no one there during, after 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
The weekends it was completely empty, and then of course when COVID started, there was no one around, so it was a perfect place to just rock out. I had like a drum set and the amps in my bedroom, and so we just kind of hang out, and that's kind of how things got started.
Yeah. All right. And you're South Bend based now, though. Is that correct?
Yeah, just because we moved to South Bend.
Okay.
We're all
right.
from Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So we can claim you as a Niles band then, if we
Sure,
wanted.
yeah, why
we
not?
we claim.
We started here.
Yeah, we claim the
Definitely
early.
started
I don't know if you know the band the early, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We do, yeah.
Yeah,
They played
early-
at the library once for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So I claim. Is it the Elkhart Library that you work? Where do you work? The library?
Buchanan
Buchanan. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So the early I claim is Niles, because there's enough of the makeup of that band that are from Niles or the Niles area. I'm like, they're ours. We claim that. I mean, listen, no shade on South Bend. We're a family here. It's all a whole big thing. But Niles, we claim them. So
Everybody wants to be from South Bend. It's the big city, like
the big city. Yeah. Okay. So what led to the formation of River Rats? Did you guys have other projects prior to that? Like, what brought this about?
You want to answer that one, Trav?
Yeah.
Tell the man how little we think about anything we do.
You ever been tubing?
Yes, I have. I
You're
mean,
familiar with it.
I'm from Michigan, so
Exactly.
yeah.
We would pack up a cooler and we would hop on the river in our tubes that we bought from the dollar store
Nice.
and put in upstream and just float down. And one day, you want to tell the story of the ballad of how we...
Yeah, there was a kind of a wonderful disaster that brought us together. It started off great. We were tubing. It was the first time I'd ever done it, and I was trusting these two with my life. I don't know why.
Our experience.
But anyway, we decided we were going to float from Niles to Buchanan.
Oh.
But we didn't start until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and none of us. I mean, I had no idea this was a bad idea. I thought they knew what they were doing. I don't think you guys had ever done it before either, right? You were just like, it'll be fine.
we
Not
had done
that
it
distance.
maybe 1 or 2 times before that.
Anyway, the beginning
Like,
of that
down
trip
the-
was wonderful. It's like, oh yeah, this is great. I think Travis was like, oh man, we should start a band. We were like, yeah. But the end of that story
You know, how
is
you
that
do.
we did not make it to Buchanan.
Okay.
We had to pull out of the river on somebody's dock, and just be like, help, and have them drive us back to Travis's
sun had
van.
gone
Oh
down.
wow! So random strangers just okay. Was this because of the time?
Yeah, because it was dark.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say 3 o'clock.
It was cold, and we were out of
cold
we were
and
out of
dark. We
beer
were
out of
and
beer.
Yeah.
We were out of
sobering
beer.
up. and
That was the real.
hungry, and-
That was
That
the
was
real
the actual
problem. Is the
crisis.
beer was
We were
out,
like, hey,
right?
you got any beer?
Yeah. If
But
you
we
hadn't have beer,
survived.
yeah.
We
We
did survive,
survived
and
and we
yes.
started a band.
Yeah, and I think that was the moment that we were like, okay, if we can get through this and we still like each other, then we can probably be.
I do feel like there are some steps missing there, because I too have done some dumb things that I've regretted with my friends, and in the midst of them, I wasn't like, we should start a band. So like clearly there's some musical
Missed
background.
opportunity.
Okay, yeah.
Or,
Well,
you
that's
know.
more these guys.
Okay.
I'm the newbie on the scene, so you
Okay.
guys can talk more.
All
about
right.
that.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's go
Yeah.
musical history, origin stories.
Well, the reason why our place was called Toxic Tower is because Travis and I were the Toxic Twins.
okay.
So when I moved back from Chicago, I had a drum set. He was a guitar player, and we just started a 2-piece band. We're like, well, we don't need anybody else. Like, we've been playing together since high school.
Okay.
And so we just started playing together. We would write and record, play shows. And then I met Meg because I was a substitute teacher at the time. And she was working at a school in Buchanan, and we became acquainted. And she played guitar and started writing her own songs.
Barely,
and
though,
then
barely.
we started just kind of hang out together. Travis is my best friend. She's my best friend. So we kind of got together. And so she would write songs. We'd all write songs. I'm going to keep saying the same thing over and over again. But basically, Toxic Twins became River Rats with the addition of Meg.
Okay.
Because she would bring, well, we all were songwriters. We're all singers. We all kind of had ideas. So we thought, well, why not kind of, I guess, consider it almost like not like a super group, but like an okay group that we got together and we tried it. So we would start using maybe some of our Toxic Twin songs or like riffs that we would kind of come around, and she had songs. So like even after our tubing trip, she wrote The Ballad of a River Rat.
Okay.
Which was kind of like our theme song.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if it was going to be like intended to be it for the band, but that was basically the first song we had. So when we started practicing, it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
So we had the rapport working together, and kind of became the rhythm section for her. And she is great singer, great guitar player, and songwriter. So it all kind of blended together.
Well, when we started, we were both guitarists. We didn't even have a bass player.
Yeah.
And as we were like, well, we need a bass player, and I had just started playing bass at my church as well, and I was like, well, let's give it a shot. And I just kept playing it. They said it was good.
Yeah, no,
I was like, okay, well, if you say it's
changer.
okay.
Like we really needed that, and these two have played together since high school, so yeah, they lock in,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, okay, so Toxic Twins, that was the high school band, and then
Oh,
after,
no.
or no?
That was that.
There's
So
How much time we got? We can go
do you
back.
Want, like, a whole list?
High school, we
We're
did start in
old,
high
so
school,
this
though.
could take a
This
while.
go, hey, same.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But yeah, we did. Him and I were in a high school band. That's where we started.
So you guys grew up together. I mean,
we all
okay.
graduated the same year.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah.
we went to high school together. We
Yeah,
didn't
Okay.
but I did not know
She
these
didn't
guys
know
back
us.
then.
You didn't know them?
No,
Okay.
no,
All right.
I avoided.
I knew her. She just
She was too good for you.
we
is that
went to
what that-
school
I was
from
much
kindergarten,
too
but she
No,
didn't.
I was just really shy.
Our pictures were always next to each other in the yearbook.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
Like it was always just the last name.
So when you guys ended up working together, was that like a bonding moment? Like, yeah, my picture's always next to yours in the yearbook.
Kind of. Well,
I did pretend I didn't know him. But
we had seen each other at so we had like our 10-year
Yeah,
high
like a
school
high school
reunion, and
Yeah.
we were like, oh, hey, I remember you, and kind of, and then I guess I'd fast forward, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years later is when we ran into each other at the school again, and she was like, it doesn't ring a bell. So I was like, well, I might as well just keep coming back to the school, so she does remember me.
All right. Okay. So musicians, it sounds like for most of your lives. I feel like you're like holding back though. So you were playing guitar, you were singing, you were
But
writing
just
songs.
barely. I knew like
Okay.
4 chords.
That's more than I know,
And I was
so-
like in my bedroom just like playing the same 4 chords over and over
Yeah.
again. Just so it was really these guys, and they were so patient with me in the beginning, and I basically learned how to play and be in a band from playing with these guys. I've never done it before. I'll never do it again. No.
This is it. This is it.
Yeah. So I really just dove in, not knowing much, and just kind of learned it along the way. So yeah. But
What was it that drew you to, before all this started, to picking up that guitar and attempting music? Like, was there music in your house growing up?
No.
Or...
Well, I mean, just people listening to music. No musicians. I give Miguel a lot of credit because, like, I kind of goofed around with it. I wanted to be, but, the imposter syndrome, you don't feel like you can. Everybody else can, of course, but I'm so special that I'll never be able to do it. But he encouraged me to write my first song, and then it was just like... I don't know. I just had this epiphany of like, oh my gosh, this is the most fun that you could possibly ever have is like writing songs and playing music.
Yeah.
And I was not wrong about that. I mean, this is just a blast every time we do it, whether we're just in the basement or we're actually doing a show. Like, it's just the most fun I've ever had.
Nice. Okay. All right. So back to you guys for a second. I'll give you each a chance to answer this. But what about you? What's your origin story as far as just music in general? Like, was it something you picked up as a kid? Was your family playing music? What led you to starting, pursuing music?
My first childhood memory is seeing Sweet Child of Mine on MTV.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that, but I feel like that sparked the rock because my house, it was rock and roll. My parents listened to Rolling Stones, Beatles, always playing that. I always wanted to play guitar, but I never learned how to until middle school or high school. I never really learned it. But that's why we played punk rock.
You handle it pretty well.
why we
though.
still play
No one could
That's
tell.
why we still play punk rock in 4 chords.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Miguel?
Go.
Well, I actually, one of my earliest music memories was singing along to Sweet Child of Mine with my mom in like the car
Oh, nice. Okay.
when I was a kid too. But my dad played in the Salvation Army band when we were growing up, and I remember he had a bass guitar when I was like young. This was long before my grandpa had an acoustic guitar. I remember putting like Kmart Megadeth stickers on it. You know, he was pretty pissed about that. But like, I didn't start playing music until we were in high school. I had a friend. His name was Mike Niles. I'm gonna just say it because he's a great dude. He got a guitar. I bought a bass. We were both into Green Day and, you know, MXPX and like those kind of punk bands.
Yeah.
And so we started writing songs together. And then I got to know Travis. He had a guitar. We had this friend. His name was Brett. He was kind of like, he was a new kid, like our junior year. And he had a Les Paul and a Marshall Stack, and he was a ripper. But we all like punk rock. We all like pop punk, Blink 182, and that kind of stuff. When you're in high school, that stuff was cooler. And so we got together and started a band with, forgive me, Aunt Debbie, her ex-boyfriend Greg. He was an older guy, but he played the drums.
Mm-hmm.
Travis had a kit. So we had a band called Falling Forward.
Yeah,
Is that really what it was called?
It was Falling Forward. It was very in the punk, or like the 2001, 2002 pop
What's
punk.
the Pat Finnerty band called?
August is Falling.
August is Falling. Never mind.
Wow,
Sorry.
Yeah,
those
so
are
we
very
were-
confusing names. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm like,
We were Falling Forward. I think we had
one show.
We played one show. I think we had 2 or 3 originals. We played mostly covers.
nice.
And then after we graduated high school, Travis and I just kept getting together. This is when we started listening to like Minor Threat and getting into like Bad Religion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No Effects, the Misfits. And so we started the Destructors, just the 2 of us and our old friend Andrew, who I knew from the Salvation Army growing up.
Yeah, he was a drummer. We needed a drummer.
He was a drummer. Well, he was a guitar player. I was a bass player. We would sing, do our best. And that's about the time we met Garth.
Okay.
Was when he was in the Urinal Mints. And we had our buddy Clem. And Clem's a part of our story, too.
Yeah.
This was probably about like 2004 or so. So we got Clem. He was in a band called Double Agent. He moved away and came back. And then we needed a drummer. Garth offered to fill in. Clem wanted to join the band, so we became kind of a 4-piece.
Yeah.
Hardcore punk. We loved Minor Threat, Bad Brains, and stuff like that. And so that lasted. I moved to college. I moved to Chicago. Travis moved to California. Like, we did all this stuff.
Go out, explore life, and
Go explore life.
Yeah,
Destructors were kind of always around. We could go away for 6 months, do other things, and then just kind of get back together and play our like songs that were crazy.
That's kind of how we were. Oh, we have a show. We should practice.
Yeah, we should practice over it. We'll play all of our
Turns out.
songs, you know. So that's kind of how it led back to Travis and I never stopped like hanging out or being friends. Like even when we weren't in the Destructors. I mean, that was the end of the Destructors about 2011.
Oh wow.
So that's
okay.
about the time Garth went off and did the Rutabaga. Travis, you were in a couple bands.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time I ended up leaving Chicago and moving back to Niles, that's when Toxic Twin started. That's back to where we came from.
Nice.
You skipped
okay.
when you played with the Boll Weevils for a while.
Ooh.
I played bass with the Boll Weevils in Chicago for a couple years.
All right. Nice.
I was pretty proud of that. We did a couple recording stuff. They hadn't put out like any releases since the 90s, so I was I got to be on their first 7-inch that they recorded since like the 90s. So I was pretty proud of that. I mean, they're doing great without me, I'm doing great without them. But
That's right.
How did that come about? Was it just a matter of being in the Chicago scene and connecting with them through that, or?
it was my entry point to the Chicago scene. When I got into it, it was very much like how South Bend is very, oh, you know that guy? I used to play in a band with that guy. So I had met Daryl, the singer, and he was at the Beat Kitchen. I saw him at the Congress Theater. We were at a Descendants concert.
Yeah.
And I saw Daryl, asked him about how's the Boll Weevils doing. He's a really nice guy. You could have come up to him anytime. And he's like, oh, we need a bass player. Do you know anybody? And I'm like, it was one of those TV moments where you're like, you got that dialogue, and then I had the turning point. So I said yes, and so that's kind of how that happened. It was a couple years.
Yeah.
Well, and weirdly enough, got me into like education.
Oh,
So being in the Boll Weevils led to me meeting her, because I was working for a school, the guitar player as principal at an elementary school. So I got a gig as his security guard for the elementary school in Chicago.
yeah.
And then when I moved back, I was like, I'm going to go to school, become a teacher. Started subbing, ended up at Ottawa, and then so like I almost got to say like the Boll Weevils in a way led us to be River Rats.
Yeah.
And, like just that serendipity. And now Travis is a teacher too, so we've all had our stab at it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's those moments that like you look back on and you're like, oh, that was even talking about Thundersnow again and Garth and the Rutabago, like finding the Oh Brother album, stumbling across that wherever I stumbled across that led to so much because I was in this moment of discovering the South Bend scene. And immediately reached out to them, and then them turning me on to Thundersnow has led me on so many adventures, and like literally, like I have tattoos from, Thundersnow moments and inspirations that have led me to other things, and yeah, you just never know. Sometimes those things happen, and it's like years pass, and you're like, oh yeah, that was the moment. That was it. So
I never even put that together until I just explained that.
yeah, that's awesome. That's why we do
like
this.
Free therapy.
Don't
That's
meet a lot
why
of new
we
people,
do this.
you know?
I do another thing. Actually, I have this service I provide where I sit down. It's like you can give it for like a wedding gift, or essentially to capture memories before someone, before you forget them, before someone passes, or capturing a trap. But like essentially, it's I was sitting here the other day with a couple. It was a wedding anniversary gift, talking basically like doing like a time capsule of their relationship up to that point of the past 14 years, and it really is. You don't until you sit down and talk about these things. You don't realize some of those things, and that's why storytelling like this is so important. That's why I want to talk to bands, because we want to share your stories and like connect all those things, because like again, you guys know Garth, you're connected to all these different things. It's
Everybody knows Garth.
well, it's true. Everyone does know Garth. Yeah,
Even
yeah.
you.
Even I know Garth. Garth really intimidates me, though. I get nervous every time we have to play near Garth.
Just give him a hug and.
I think I've played the worst that I've ever played whenever Garth is in the room.
The cult thing was, I think, an especially new like high peak for Garth at the last Thundersnow. Were you guys around still for the cult thing,
or
had you left by that point?
Maybe if it was on Sunday, we had.
Yeah, we had
I
to
think
drive all the way back
it was
there,
sort of
so.
floating throughout Thundersnow most of the weekend, but it really hit its peak on Sunday, because famously Garth doesn't love attention or praise,
Right.
and so of course
sure.
everyone is thrusting attention and praise upon him. Actually, side story, I'll never forget. Do you know who May Erlewine is, the Michigan musician? She's a
Yes, I knew her through Graham Parsons in Kalamazoo.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So she's one of Michigan's best musicians, incredibly talented. And I remember my girlfriend and I went and saw her play at Bell's, and so Garth was there. During the show, she like thanked Garth in front of the entire audience, and I laughed so loud. And my girlfriend looked at me and she's like, "Why is that so funny?" I'm like, if you knew Garth,
Garth hated that.
Yeah.
He hated every second of it.
yeah. But
Hated.
Well, yeah, that too.
yes,
air
yes.
quotes.
And fast forward to last Thundersnow, where now he has a cult. So yeah, the praise someone turned into like, he was like, please join my cult, please give me money, and then people literally started giving him money. He was taping it to the wall. There was a wall of money and notes,
Okay.
and at the end, I think it was all given to charity, and it was all good and done. But
Sure it
yeah,
was.
now there's.
It went into his sauna maintenance.
That's right. Yes,
Got his sauna.
That's
Come to
right.
the
We've all
Garth
heard
sauna.
about. Everyone knows Garth, and everyone knows about Garth's sauna, right?
Go into
Yeah,
Garth
yeah.
sauna. It's a
Garth sauna,
spiritual
yeah.
experience. You're
Yes.
going to see, well, we won't talk about what you see in
Yeah.
Garth sauna.
We could all just sit here and share memories of Garth. Honestly, I mean,
I just think it's funny he's still trying to start a cult.
Oh, is that an old joke that he used to do?
I wouldn't, well,
I don't know if it's a
yes.
joke.
Oh,
I think he's less serious about it than he might have been in the past. So,
I think we're a part of that cult for a little bit.
well, at any rate, we're here to talk about River Rats,
Oh,
not
yeah,
Garth.
that's right.
But okay, so you guys put out an album in March of this year,
sure
right?
did, yeah.
Sure did. All
We
right.
sure
well,
did.
the son of dad.
Son of Dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no, just son of dad.
Just Son of Dad.
No,
Son of
the
Dad.
like no the.
We're
Yeah, like
against,
we're River Rats Son of Dad.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
no
messed it
thus.
up.
We don't
No
have
thus.
thus
We
for
hate
that.
the
I'm
word
not of that
the.
band.
Doesn't fit on the T-shirt. You
No,
know?
it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the album. First of all, great title, but yeah. So, what
catch-all.
led to the creation of the album? Was it just okay? We've got enough songs. It's time to like put them together and do a thing, or was there some like a collective effort? Like we're going to do this. Was there a theme? What was the impetus for the album?
I think you got to kind of handle this because I think this album came out of kind of you spearheading like a new
really?
a new direction for
Oh,
us, like kind of
I
maybe
forgot that I
a
did
new
that.
organization.
'Cause I don't feel like
for us.
these weren't as many of my songs this time. I feel like it was more. Anyway, but last spring, so we mentioned Clem, who was the fourth rat for a year.
Okay.
So we had
2
done
years.
or 2 years. We did a previous album called Enchantment with Clem. But then Clem moved away to the Great North. So we were we took a couple months off, which was the longest period of time we've ever gone not playing together, right? It was probably between February and like April.
It was never more than a month if we
Maybe
stopped.
longer than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, we kind of came back fresh and we're like, is this gonna work still? Like we just lost a person. Like are we gonna sound like crap now? Like I don't know. We kind of had to. I feel like we had to prove it to ourselves, I guess, that we still had it. I think we did.
I think we did too. It was a matter of we'd always been kind of prolific. At some point in time,
we write too many
we'd
songs.
had
We have way more songs.
it's been all originals, and just like to kind of promote. Like I'm kind of proud of that. We
Yeah,
all write
yeah.
our songs, like 3 songwriters, 3 lead singers in the band, and it just kind of got to the point where we would just write a batch of songs and record it, but it kind of felt like even at our live shows, we would kind of get, we have too many songs. And so by the time Clem was left the band, we got into a situation where we got together and we just we put together, a small group of songs right away. And we're like, this is what we're playing. And it had been the first time that we'd done that. We'd kind of gone, what about this song from like a year ago, So, and that's kind of that's what Son of Dad is essentially the songs that
we've
we
been playing for the last year.
had.
Yeah.
2 of the songs were around when Clem was around. But other than that, it was like 7. It was like a half hour of music that we just, this is our set. This is what we're playing. And this is the first time we've gone and kind of recorded, because we do all our recording in-house, so we do it together, but it had been the first time we'd kind of gone into it and felt like really relaxed about it. We weren't really self-conscious about the process. It wasn't too much experimenting. We just knew we had to play the songs. We knew we'd picked a strategy that worked to get the best out of everybody. You can hear everything on the album pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like then.
What do you think about Son of Dad?
Oh, I think
What
it's our
about-
best album. Yeah, we put a lot of work into it. This guy is very, very, let's see, I don't want to make you feel.
Yeah, you're gonna say a word that he's gonna remember for years.
There's a few I'll
That
accept.
one time you called me.
No, he's great because he does all the recording. He sets up all the mics.
Yeah,
And
he's the poor guy who's kind of like, we just stand there and
Yeah,
we're like,
we
is
just
it ready
play.
yet? And
That's
he's
why
like,
you got the
"Shut up."
headphones today.
Yeah,
So, okay.
that's what he's all
It's a
about
kind
that.
gift.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
terrible, honestly, and he makes it all happen.
Yeah, he loves recording. I like playing the shows live.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way too.
Yeah, he's all about recording.
So how does that work with? So if you're all songwriters, a lot of times you kind of have one person that's leading that charge, and then everyone else is kind of bringing in their elements. But if you're all sort of kind of equally lending to that, how do you know when to pursue an idea, and make sure everyone's getting their equal, the equal time and whatnot?
There's kind of a hive mind that happens. Like if everyone's into it, then it's, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like there has to be like a unanimous feeling.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's ever worked if like only one person or even 2 people are like, we really like this. It always somehow I don't know, mind meld, and then
You got to break down the ego. It's tough, especially if you wrote a song and you're feeling it and you want to bring it to the band, but not everybody's feeling it. So sometimes if we're not able to squeeze everything out of everybody to get into it, like our best songs have been either like someone brought something completely finished like arranged and we were all on board with it, or like, you know, Travis is the riff master, so he'll go to the bathroom and come downstairs and be like, oh, and then we're like, that's.
No, we had an actual song called Magic Piss because we were like, damn it, we need a new song, and Travis was like, hang on,
I'll be right back.
he's like, and so that's what we ended up calling it. But it was true. That was a good riff.
Yeah, there really isn't like a one way that things come together, because maybe we'll have lyrics or maybe we'll have riffs.
Yeah.
And Travis has recently like picked up the keyboards too, so that adds like another dimension of songs. Like one of the songs on the album Neck Down was a keyboard riff that Travis kind of came, and we kind of, well, how do we handle this now? This is different. And sometimes it's, I don't know, you had half of a song, you had half of a song, and we put it together.
Mm-hmm.
You and me work together a lot. I might write lyrics and you'll write music to it, or vice versa.
Yeah, we wrote Ode to Slow while we were camping because he was pissed that we were stuck behind an old lady who was going really slow.
I mean, those. I once wrote one of my best stories while sitting in traffic trying to get back to Michigan from Chicago.
It's
So
adorable.
those are the moments that inspire. So, yeah.
I think we all three end up putting something into it. If Meg brings something, I'm able to add a bass riff to it, or if, like they said, I do a riff. We're always just adding stuff to it, or
or an
if
arrangement
this doesn't
idea
sound good,
or
all right,
something.
let's not do that. That sucks.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Right.
So we're all three always putting something in.
So the album just came out. We're not even 2 months. So is 2026 going to be pretty much about that album? Do we have any idea about future
we're
releases?
sick of those
Already tired
Well,
of
we've been playing them for a year
We've been
already.
playing
Yeah,
it for a year already.
yeah.
So we already started writing some new ones. We
Nice.
started a new one last practice. We can't stop. Won't stop.
We can't stop, but I
Can't
do.
stop, never
It
stop.
has helped being incredibly comfortable with our songs. So you got your shirt Rebel Art Fest.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to come and promote our next gig as a Rebel Arts, which is also a really cool local guy that we know in the scene. Nat, he runs it. It's at
shout out to
Potawatomi
Nat.
Park.
Yeah.
June
Oh,
7th.
Yeah, we love Nat. That's my buddy.
He's a great guy. Those guys well organized. That's one of the.
Oh yeah,
can't-
tight ship.
Yep.
Tight ship.
Yeah.
It's a great to play their events, play their festivals, play at the well. But yeah, at this point, it helps us to have that comfortability. So we are promoting Son of Dad ongoing until
Yeah, sorry.
the next release. But we're also
I'm
going
not
to
the
be
PR person here. I'm like, nope.
we're going to
Sick
be
of this.
debuting a new song.
Yeah.
At Rebel?
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
we kind of Meg's got a couple in the barrel, and the one we just got and came in, and it all came together super fast. And like one practice, we're like, oh my god, like we got it. Like sometimes it happens that way.
You
Yeah.
just feel it.
It's got special dance moves, so we know that it must
right.
be a good song.
Wait. Are we going to see these special dance moves on stage?
Oh, you have to
give it
come
our
out
best
to
shot.
Rebel Arts Fest
We're
to
not-
see.
we're
If
not-
you weren't
yeah.
enticed for Rebel Arts Fest already,
If you want to see some
June 7th,
some
Potawatomi
middle-aged
Park.
people try to dance and also play music at the same time.
Let's say at our last show, somebody said, we were like Devo, so I'm
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
going
with the-
all in
with the
on it,
keyboards
and we're
too,
gonna
yeah.
dance like Devo.
okay. Will we have costumes as well, or
We've never been able to get that together. We're
Always
really
thinking
lazy.
about it.
because there have been
Never
some
do
epic
it.
costumes at past Rebel Arts
Oh, have
festivals.
there? Like what?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank on the one band I want to point out who's had the best costumes probably. But if you know Joe Boffman and the Righteous
yeah,
Few
they're
or
always-
Pocket Boy Salad,
they're
they're always
always
doing something crazy
awesome.
on stage. So
We do have these rat masks that I really want to get like people to wear during our show.
Yeah, we can't.
I'll be
wear
there.
them.
Sweet.
I'll,
You want a rat mask?
Excellent.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
want you to rock out a rat mask.
Listen, I've been trying to get I've been a music journalist now for well over a decade, and I still haven't made this happen. I feel like we're all of a similar area. So obviously, you guys listen to Mighty Mighty Boss Tones at some point. Have you ever seen them play live or seen videos of them
Negative.
live?
I've seen live videos.
Okay, so are you familiar
Warped
with the Boss Tone? So the Mighty
Talking about the dancing guy.
Yeah, the Mighty Mighty Bosstones have this guy whose only job is to stand up
That's
there and
right.
dance and like hype up the crowd. And he'll grab a microphone and he'll throw in on some lyrics and stuff like this. But like I said the first time I saw them as like a teenager, I'm like, that's my dream job right there. I want to be the Boss Tone. And I've been trying for years to make that happen. I'm just saying, if you need a rat,
Well, actually,
a rat tone or
you
something.
might be even better suited for another job, though. You could do both if you
Oh,
want.
okay.
You bear a striking resemblance to Inflatable Beef Jesus, if I might say.
That's a track on our new album.
That's what
that track right there. I did,
Okay.
and I was actually in my kitchen chopping vegetables today as I was listening to the album again, and I was like, "Are they saying what I think they're saying?"
absolutely are,
Yep,
yes.
I looked at the title. I'm like, "They sure are." Okay.
But we could definitely use a Jesus for that. I have this dream that like a full church choir will like join us on stage during that song. I don't know how to make that happen, but
You know what? There are lots of people in the local music community that are connected to some very progressive and open-minded churches. So I think we could make this happen.
We don't
Also,
have a choir at our church.
just putting my credentials out there. I have previously been paid to portray white Jesus.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't sell it to me that way as white Jesus. I being a white man who
Sure,
looks like
yeah.
that version of Jesus. I just want to be very
not the
cognizant.
Jesus who's
Yeah.
obviously black Jesus.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to be a model for artist classes, and I was asked to pose for a session that involved Jesus holding a baby,
Okay.
and I was the stand-in
Yeah.
for Jesus.
can-
So
we
I
can
have
see.
experience. So
That's excellent.
Yeah.
yeah,
We'll
wow.
talk.
Okay.
You did hear how he slipped in paid to do it. So just we got to keep that in mind.
Yes. Are we talking money or
We got
We'll work
to.
something
I mean, I think at this point, my expectations are different now. But yeah, that's a whole other wild story. But
That's
anyway, let's not get lost in
this
that.
will be awesome?
Yeah, no, I love it. So Rebel Arts Fest, again, this will be releasing just before Rebel Arts Fest, so everyone will be primed and ready for that event. But it is such a fun event, and it is such a tight ship. I mean, shout out to Nat and Michelle. I know Nat from the music scene, and then I actually know Michelle from, I'm a writer for magazines. I done pieces on Make South Bend, but also I'm a member of Dance Society. I don't know if you're familiar with Dance Society, but Michelle's also a member of theirs. So now we're friends through that. So it's this fun, like, we've been all in each other's orbits for many, many years, and the way it evolved. But I volunteered for Rebel Art Fest last year because of Michelle being in Dance Society, and she had put the word out to the dance crew, "Hey, we need volunteers." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Normally I have other things going on that day. I used to be married to someone that was a vendor there or is a vendor there. So I was always helping her, but I'm like, well, now I'm free. I can help you. I can volunteer. And you're right. It is a tight ship. I mean, if you walk into that park before the event, it's just, a sprawl of grass and trees and, park amenities. And then they roll in there, and all of a sudden it just transforms. And it's amazing what it turns into.
Yeah.
If anyone out there has not been to Rebel Arts Fest, it is all day music, 2 different stages, hundreds of vendors just lined around of art and, artisan stuff and lots of cool stuff. And, just cool people coming out and, hanging out and, getting to know each other. There's food trucks, there's a beer tent. There's just all sorts of fun stuff.
Beer
there,
tent's
so.
close to the stage.
It is. It's very,
Nice.
yeah. You can sit there in the cordoned off beer tent area and watch the bands.
That's where you'll find Travis.
That's
Travis, it's time to play.
hop on the fence. And so you guys, so Rebel Art Fest, obviously. Any other big shows this year you're planning, or?
Well, we're going to promote a show. So we had, before the show started, we were talking about we had never played in Niles. So I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, give us the hookup.
We're signed up to play the Fall Festival of Freaks at Blooming Bus Farm.
Oh yeah, I love it out there. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
friends of ours, Wrecked Wrens,
Okay.
South Bend band.
Yep. Yep. I got to get them on here one of these days.
Putting together a festival.
Yeah.
So they're booking that venue. We're booked. Wrecked Wrens are booked. Our buddy Eric Hahnemann is playing. The Distractions. Gosh, Spaceships. Speaking of that,
Yep.
playing. I think
Have masseuse or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think they're.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's going to be, I think even more bands are being announced. So that's September 26th. That's in line with a full moon.
Oh, nice.
So we're doing the freaky stuff. So there's vendors. I think Puerto Vallarta Express is already signed up to be a food vendor, and there's going to be art vendors and comedians. I think I saw Jack Hull's name.
Nice.
He's an old South Bend guy, comedian. So that's in September.
Yeah, have you guys been out there before to Blooming Bus? It's a really cool
We
space.
took like a tour.
Okay.
But no, I've not seen a show out there.
Yeah, so I got to go to the very first thing one of the first things they did out there when they were trying to like make that dream happen, and it's so cool.
It's
and
really neat.
Yeah, the vibes out there when you have a band playing, and especially once it gets dark and the lights and especially with the full moon. Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
Can't wait.
Yeah, okay, so that's September 22nd. You said
6th.
So, I'm sorry, September.
Yeah.
All right, 26 or 6.
26.
26. Okay, cool.
Tickets on sale now online. you
Yeah,
know.
Blooming Bus Farms. Check it out. So okay, all right. So
Katie's gonna love that you said all this.
Well, it's cool.
Katie's gonna be your best friend.
Yeah.
Well, she's cool.
got to
She's
support local music.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, she's working really hard to try to make this happen.
And it's nice because the whole idea around it was that we would be kind of the center stage, like where you usually, I mean, there's so many festivals. Not
Oh,
well, you
I was
would
like,
be,
what?
but
No.
Travis would be too. But like local bands, it would be
bands,
based
yeah.
on local bands. And we, again, going back to that imposter syndrome, like there's so many festivals, or even regionally, like that are so big. But I mean, if I think about it, it kind of reminds me. I talked about like May and Graham Parsons. He does Farm Block Fest at his parents' house in the UP up in like, I don't know, what is this in the thumb? It's like Houghton, Michigan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's done that every year. And it's just him and a lot of his friends that he knows, and regional guys he knows from touring. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the idea that Katie's trying to start, is just to like kind of prop us up a little more, because it's like it's a big time commitment. We've been doing this for, I don't know, 25 years.
What are we
30,
talking?
like playing music, playing in bands
Yeah.
for as long as we have. And it's kind of nice to go to like a Riot Fest or something and pay like $1,000 and see like
Let's not
Weird
talk
Al.
about that
and,
again.
that's
Let's not
cool
talk
and
about the money we
everything. But
spent on
like,
Riot Fest.
people like Nat putting on Rebel Arts Fest,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of cool to see people our age, people we know, kind of bringing it to
Yeah.
people around here. And especially since Niles is kind of, I guess we'd call it a hidden gem at this point in time. But like, we grew up in Buchanan. There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
There's nothing for kids. But even Buchanan's got the Common Summer Series. We've done that a couple times. That's a great
Oh yeah.
concert.
Yeah.
We just don't want to play for 2 hours anymore. No offense, Buchanan, but like, so it's really neat that people are coming together. We're finally at an age where we can have the wherewithal in the organization and the resources to like commit to putting a huge thing like that together. So we're really lucky to play PRF, Thundersnow, Rebel Art Fest, the Festival of Freaks, because that is just like people getting together, putting it on. There's no corporate entity. Like, it isn't a big thing. Like, we don't have to.
Oh, we should shout out Lang Lab too. We play there a lot, and that's
Oh yeah, I
really
love
cool
Lang
place.
Lab. Yeah.
Lang Lab
Yeah.
always has, I guess, our Action Adam guys always putting on these
Yep.
these kind of what is it, WWWTV?
Yeah, he calls them live. What does he call them? Visual mixtapes. He's been
Yeah.
on the show
Yeah,
before.
we've
Yep.
done that twice now.
Yep.
It's been cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
those shows are fun.
no, his stuff is really cool. Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. So, and that's kind of what we were talking about with Paul before we sat down here, because we could, yeah. I mean, I grew up driving to Chicago and spending way too much money to see this band or that band, and there's something wonderful about being able to go to a local show with people that I know performing, and seeing other people I know in the audience just randomly, and then it's I'm home in 15 minutes after the show's over. Which, listen, I'm in my 40s now. That's really nice. I don't want to roll in from Chicago at 6 a.m. anymore watching the sunrise. I want to get in my bed and be cozy. But like, there's so much talent here, I think. I've been doing this for so long, and I'm still discovering bands I didn't know that have been around, right? And like good bands, and we have so much here to fill out like we just had Fringe Fest this past weekend.
Oh, really?
You guys have the Blooming Bus thing. They have several things they do throughout the year. All the things going on at Lang Lab, and Action Adam puts on a couple of those shows a year, and he can bring in different bands every time he does it. And we've got Yard coming, Rebel Arts Fest. I mean, we're gonna click into that moment where all of a sudden, like, it's gonna be like, what thing do I do this weekend? Because there's 5 things to choose from, and they're all here.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to go to Chicago or Detroit or wherever. They're all right here, So, yeah, there's something awesome about that.
It's nice. Going back to, like, we've been in, I guess, the South Bend scene since 2003. Honestly, all the bands now are so supportive of each other.
Yeah.
I can't speak for, other bands, but it's just everybody's promoting each other. We play shows together nonstop. We even played down in Indy, and we got booked with a South Bend band, the Foley's, our
Nice,
buddies.
yeah,
And,
Foley's,
like,
okay.
Korean band,
Another
too.
band I got to get on here, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We'll hook you up. They're
Yeah.
good guys.
Yeah.
They're fun.
And that's another thing, we're just throwing and promoting everything out. Like Punk Rock Night in Melody Inn in Indianapolis has
that's
been going
really
on
cool.
since
Go down to
2000, but that's like that had always been the beacon for
Yeah.
like South Bend bands. I mean, we knew that through like the Urinal Mints and Love Muffin, and then we finally got a chance. We've played Punk Rock Night how many times now?
I think 4.
4 times, and then going down there last time playing with the Foleys, it felt like that was like an extension of us too. So it kind of feels like how playing in South Bend is now.
Yeah.
Because we finally post COVID got all the venues back and everybody wants to do it.
Yeah.
And it isn't. I guess it's maybe we're older and everyone's
We
sticking
are
around a little
older,
more
yeah.
humble. Like it isn't. I mean, I don't remember feeling when we were younger that everyone was like. Maybe we were more competitive. You know, we did maybe trying to emulate a little more. I feel like there's more of an identity for
Yeah.
ourselves now.
I like it when you always talk about competitiveness in music, though. I really like what you talk about. Like, we want to go in there and kick ass because we want to, like, inspire everybody else to kick ass. You know, it's not because we want to be like the best band that was there. It's like we want to set the bar high.
Yeah.
So that like everybody reaches that bar. And I don't know. I like that kind of competitiveness.
Yeah.
And it keeps people coming out to the shows
Yeah.
too, because they're like, oh, all the bands on the show are going to do their best.
Yeah.
You know, so it isn't just like, oh, it's a local show. Who cares? Like, I think that mentality can go away,
Yeah.
even for younger and older people, because there's still people who, unless you're playing on a big stage, at Riot Fest or something, like it's not going to be as legit. But I think we have an opportunity to legitimize ourselves that way, because I think everyone's trying really hard
Yeah.
to do a good job. I don't know a band that we've played with that is either really young, like there's a young band
Yeah, I
coming
was gonna
out.
say it's not just because we're older. Like even the young bands are super nice. There's this band Roger, and they have like a house that they bought, and they put on like a house
Hooligan
show.
Heights.
Oh, nice.
No, they're it's kind of cute because they're like playing. They have like a bunch of like old TVs around, and we're just like, yeah, guys, like I don't know, they're like playing 90s, but honestly, they rock. They're really cool. But yeah, they're just all so nice. Everybody just wants to, I don't know, just rock and just have fun.
I mean, so, going back to Nat, he and I have talked about this where I remember I did I think it was like a newspaper piece or a magazine piece with him, and he was talking about, when he was coming up and they were doing like DIY shows at the Well. And then now, like, we're all of an age where there's these teenagers coming in that want to do DIY shows at the Well, and they're like saying the names of these bands of legend with this awe in their voice, and that's me, that was my band. And like that's the thing, like a thing has been built, and I think some of it may be age, but I think some of it's also generational, because I think again, we have all watched in our lifetimes what happens at that massive corporate level of the music business, and what happens to a Nashville or an Austin, or all, like when there's like the it city for music for a minute, and what happens to those places. And it's almost like why am I going to go try to be over there where it's supposedly cool, when I can just do this here and make this cool? And like so many people have chosen to stay here and make this cool. And in the variety of bands and artists and everything else that we have, the events, I mean, if anyone is not having a good time with music, art, creativity, or just having things to do around here, they just don't know what's going on. And I need to talk to them and show them, because like clearly there's stuff happening here, so.
Yeah.
Well, and I got to give another prop out to Garth, because I kind of think about it. When we started playing and we went to a Urinal Mint show, it was like our first introduction. This was the first time we saw Clem play. We walked in, they were playing a Misfit song, and we couldn't believe it. They were like dressed up in suits. They were spies, double agent. But those guys, Garth and Luke from the Urinal Mints, Bill Finn especially, I got to give Bill Finn a lot of
Bill's been there
props
for a long
still-
time.
Yeah.
He is taking every band in that wants to do it. And so the older guys really accepted us. The established guys, we got Fowler from the Distractions. He's older, Garth's age, I guess we can call him old. But like they're still at it, and like so that community with the younger bands, it encourages everybody to kind of feel like peers. So it doesn't stop. So we're now the older band. So when we see bands like Roger, we remember what it was like to be like the 18, 19, 20-year-old guys goofing off on stage, taking our pants off and cussing a lot, you know, and people like clapping for us and supporting us.
Yeah.
And so like it's such a cool reciprocal cyclical thing that hopefully that just keeps continuing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it is, because I think there's an example on that then is being learned from and growing out of, and you know, we just gotta keep on doing the work to keep it going, keep it safe, keep it sacred. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got some good shows this year. We've got the album, some new songs in the works. Anything else coming down the line for you guys? What's the future look like for River Rats?
Blockbuster movies coming out next year. No.
We do want to do some more music videos. Those
Yeah,
are always fun.
we make our own music videos.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We really don't plan anything. Sorry to tell you. So what happens is what happens. We'll let you know when it happens.
We're always open for shows.
Yeah, definitely.
Look them up on their
Call us,
Bandcamp.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I get that, because I mean, I don't get it actually. I'm a planner control freak, but I'm learning how to let go. I've been in a season of my life where I've been forced to do that, and that's a thing.
Interesting things
Magic
will
happens.
happen.
Magic happens.
Yeah, stuff you never expected. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn to let go. So. All right. Okay. So we've got a couple shows this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at Rebel Art Fest. I will definitely be there, and I'm going to try to get out to Blooming Bus too, because that sounds epic. So, yeah.
Well, get your tickets before they sell out.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone get down there, get the tickets. Blooming Bus, Rebel Arts Fest. We'll have links to all this stuff in the show notes too, so people know where to go. And will I catch you guys at any future PRF events, you think?
We
That's up to
shall
them.
see. Yeah, that's up to them. We
That's
get
up to-
invited.
You can
up
also
to
just come
Dixie.
and hang with the
That's
non-user
true.
shows.
That's
you
true.
know,
Honestly, that could be just as much fun.
it really is. I mean, my
Don't have any
first
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. You just hang out.
2015 was my first one, and I haven't missed one since. It's a yearly journey that I take.
Cool.
So yeah,
We're glad to be a part of it.
Yeah.
yeah. And once you're in once, you're family.
That's
so.
what I would say. It feels like a family.
Yeah, it really
Seriously.
is. It really is. Yeah.
We're kind of hoping. We just actually played in Chicago. What was that, on the 21st of April?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
another thing we had never heard of before. It was the International Pop Overthrow Festival.
Oh.
Apparently been going on for 20 years, and it takes place in Los Angeles, I think Boston, Atlanta, England, like in London.
Yeah.
They play at the Cavern Club in Liverpool.
Okay.
The guy, his name's David, he found us on Bandcamp. So that was another experience that we had where it was like, I can't believe this exists. It's just like a community. And we felt like we've been really lucky. I don't
We
know.
were being scammed at first.
Yeah, we didn't know
Yeah.
it was real.
I didn't send out an email. Did you guys apply for this?
Yeah,
Like, no.
yeah.
I'm like, this ain't real.
Yeah.
And it absolutely was. And
It
it was a
totally
cool
was.
show. Everybody was really nice and like supportive. We played with all their, weirdly enough, we played with one of the bands we played with, the Space Age Zeros, their original Bullweevils drummer.
Oh, nice.
So it was like, wow, I can't believe the two worlds crossed like that.
It's all a big circle.
So
you know?
Exactly.
we've been really lucky. I mean, I think we just keep saying yes, or let things kind of come to us. I mean, we have to be realistic about what we have going on in our lives. Parents, work, whatever we got to do, commitments. Other than that, so when we commit to a gig or we try to record an album or make a music video, that's what we're paying attention to at the time.
Yeah.
We don't want to spread ourselves too thin, so we've kind of found a formula that works. So we've been really lucky that people reach out and want us to play their shows. I mean, we played Rebel Art before, but that was, was that when we were two guitar players?
Yeah, we may have been.
I think so. That was a million years ago. Yeah.
Same with Rich down at Punk Rock Night. Like, he keeps having us back. He's like, you guys get better every time. And so we just get these really encouraging, supportive people, including you, to kind of just promote these things. So we hope to, keep going.
Yeah, that's what it's about. So. Awesome. All right. Well, Travis, Meg, Miguel,
Thanks for
River
having us.
Rats. Yeah,
This
thanks
is
for hanging
cool.
out. Yeah.
I'm going to listen to a lot of your back catalog now. 'Cause,
I appreciate
learn about
it.
some local bands
Yeah,
and
definitely.
and bigger bands too.
Yeah,
It
there's
was
a lot of
fun
fun
looking
stuff
through
on
your
there,
catalog.
so-
I'm like, hey, I know him. Hey, I know
Yeah.
that. Hey, I know that band.
Yep.
Oh, cool. So I got a lot of listening to do now.
Yeah, it's such a community, so it's awesome.
Love
So
it.
yeah, well, thanks for hanging out. Looking forward to catching the shows and seeing what you guys do next. listening to Anywhere the Needle Drops from Red Chuck Productions. Keep up on new episodes of this show, our live events and various creations and other happenings over at redchuckproductions.com or by following us on social media at Red Chuck Productions. Special thanks to Hero Jr. for our theme music. You can check them out over at herojuniormusic.com. That is Hero, Hero, Junior, JR, music.com. A big shout out to Paul Clemson and Theory One Productions for handling sound duties and so much more. Check out their magic over at theory1productions.com. And a big thank you to Earthworks Audio for outfitting the Red Chuck studio. See their microphones and their other products over at earthworksaudio.com. Be sure to support all of our guests by visiting their websites, social media, clicking that subscribe button, seeing them live, and checking out their merch stores. Give musicians and artists your money. We'll be back with the next episode. Until then, thank you for your time. Here's to life.